There are moments in life you don't fully question while you're inside them. Moments where something feels intense, overwhelming, even painful, but you still call it love. And you hold on to it, because the intensity feels like proof that it's real. But what if that intensity wasn't love at all? What if it was something else, something you were trained to accept without noticing? Stay with this thought for a moment. Because if you've ever felt confused in a relationship but still couldn't leave, this might explain more than you want it to. Let's imagine a simple scenario. You meet someone who feels different from the start. They don't just like you, they pull you in. At first it feels amazing. The attention is strong. The connection feels fast, almost unreal. They make you feel chosen, special, like you finally found something others couldn't give you. And for a while, everything feels like a high. But then, something changes. Not loudly, not clearly, just enough to make you start questioning yourself. They become warm, then distant, kind, then cold, present, then unavailable. And suddenly your mind shifts. Instead of feeling loved, you start feeling anxious. Instead of feeling safe, you start feeling careful. But here's the strange part. You try harder. You explain more. You forgive more. You shrink your needs, just to get back to the version of them that made you feel wanted in the beginning. Pause here for a moment, because this is where most people get trapped without realizing it. Psychologically, something important is happening here. Your brain is not responding to love. It's responding to unpredictability. When affection is inconsistent, your nervous system becomes alert. It starts scanning for small signs of approval, a message, a smile, a moment of attention, and when it finally arrives again, your brain releases relief, not peace. That relief feels powerful, even addictive, and slowly, without noticing it, your mind begins to confuse relief with love. Not because you're weak, but because your nervous system is trying to stabilize something that keeps shifting. And this is where manipulation doesn't always look like control. Sometimes it looks like affection that disappears just long enough to make you chase it. Sometimes it looks like kindness that arrives after you've suffered. Sometimes it looks like being perfect one moment, so you'll tolerate being ignored the next. And over time, something subtle happens. You stop asking, "Do I feel loved?" and start asking, "What did I do wrong?" Pause again, because that shift is everything. Here's a deeper truth most people only understand after they leave. Real love feels steady. Even when it has conflict, it doesn't disappear. It doesn't make you earn basic consistency. It doesn't turn your nervous system into a guessing game. But manipulation disguised as love does exactly that. It creates a rhythm of reward and withdrawal, closeness and distance, hope and confusion, and your mind, trying to make sense of it, starts building a story. Maybe they're just damaged. Maybe if you love them better, they'll stay consistent. Maybe the good version of them is the real one, and that belief keeps you stuck longer than anything else. Think about it in real life. The person who says the most loving things, but makes you feel anxious most of the time. The relationship where you're constantly explaining your feelings, but still feel misunderstood. The dynamic where you remember the good moments more clearly than how you actually feel day to day. That's not love being complicated. That's your mind trying to preserve attachment in the middle of instability. And here's the twist most people don't see until much later. The strongest emotional attachment doesn't always come from being loved well. Sometimes it comes from being emotionally activated. From never knowing what version of the person you'll get. Your brain mistakes intensity for meaning, chaos for depth, uncertainty for importance. Pause here, because this is where many people confuse chemistry with connection. So what does this mean for you? It doesn't mean you were naive. It doesn't mean you fell for the wrong person in a simple way. It means your emotional system adapted to what it was given. It learned to chase warmth when it disappears, to hold on tighter when things feel unstable, to call confusion love. And once you see it clearly, something shifts. You start noticing that love doesn't need to be chased. It doesn't require decoding. It doesn't punish you for needing consistency. And it doesn't make you question your own reality just to keep it. Because real love doesn't feel like a puzzle you have to solve. It feels like something you can finally stop overthinking. And maybe the most important realization is this. If you constantly had to earn it, decode it, or survive it, it was never love asking you to stay. It was your nervous system trying to hold on to something familiar, even when it hurt, even when it confused you, even when you deserved something far more stable than that. If this video gave words to something you've lived through, you're not alone in it. Subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments, What's one thing you're starting to trust about yourself again?